Welcome to Paranormal Debunked, and today I have very something special for you. Something you guys have never seen before, and the first of its kind. The first of its kind, the best of my knowledge, anyway, sure. And at the end of this video, I have something you guys have never seen. I want to actually show you how someone actually performed money ritual live, and I want to actually debunk it. It's not real. So, without wasting time, I want us to actually get to this investigation. And if you like this video, subscribe and give me a like on YouTube and give me a like and subscribe. I had this idea about some couple of about a year ago to actually start debunking these. I just wanted to start a podcast, but now I feel like it is very paramount to actually debunk these supernatural claims and juju and voodoo that is so prominent in Nigeria. I was sent after launching the investigation. I was sent a message by someone who has been traumatized by this man. I will be showing you traumatized by this man. Like she actually believes in juju. I won't be saying more than that. And she was traumatized by this man. She was left scared and alone by this man. She lost a lot, and she actually believed that this man was actually the real deal, like the real deal. Just tonight, I was asked a question about Christians like Pastor Adeboye and his biography and what he actually said, his experience about voodoo and juju and his experiences with babalawo. And he said that I was told by this person that asking the question of me that he said that he have seen babalawo and juju at work. But the thing is, what I will be showing you today, we can actually be interpreted as juju, as for someone who doesn't actually know what they are doing. It can be interpreted as juju. And it's not like people have seen the supernatural at work. Someone could actually see an unidentified flying object, a UFO, on air, and we think it's aliens. Like it's just alien. It's an alien invasion. They saw the UFO, but that doesn't actually imply that it's actually alien. You can see someone do something that you actually think is supernatural. Like, for example, you can actually see a statue wave its hand to you. Like, I can tell you that it's actually possible. Scientifically possible for a statue to actually wave its hand, at you. It is just so very unlikely. And someone can actually use that can actually interpret that as supernatural or some divine action, but it is not, People do not see the supernatural. They just see what they perceive as the supernatural, and Adebo is not any different. If he's telling the truth about his experiences, sure. And let's get to it. This man gave me I was given the link to this man, and I actually tested him. I tested him out. He's at Ijebu. He lives at Ijebu. And one thing I have heard about Christians actually talking about, and those who actually believe in Ijebu, they tell you go to Ijebu, go to Ijebu, go to Ijebu, go to Ijebu. Now I've been to Ijebu. I'm back. I'm not done with Ijebu yet, but I've been to the Ijebu and I'm back, and I can actually tell you, when I wanted to actually leave my house, I couldn't sleep the night before. I actually started this interview. I was so scared. This investigation, I had a knife on me when I was leaving the house. I told my girlfriend, my and a friend of mine who is a Canadian, I have this backup at Canada, and I actually tell him everything, I tell about this investigation. So it will be able to release the footage and all of my speech, just in case anything actually happens to me. And this time nothing actually happened to me, nothing safe. But you guys, please subscribe and actually donate. The power of this investigation actually lies in this. The power of this investigation actually lies in your subscription and your donations. Please, subscribe on Patreon and donate. And one-time donation in my DM on Twitter, and give me a subscription. Thank you. Let's get to it. So I got to Ijebu. I got to the junction of his house, and I actually sent all the messages I actually had to send. I met the man, and I was on a bike on my way to his house, and I saw him on this bike. The cyclist was actually telling me, do you actually know what I'm actually The man is so famous at Ijebu. Like, you can actually find out from the junction of this of Ijebu, from where his house is, how famous he is, along among people and among those who actually believe in this supernatural stuff. He's so famous, and I got a bike. Just tell him you are going to this house, you are going to his house, and they just take you to his house, because and it's pretty far. Almost everyone I actually met actually knew the man. So I met this man, and I was on a bike, and he actually told me to go to his house. I went to his house, and I actually stayed there I stayed at the front of his house for about 10 minutes or so. About not 10 minutes, about 20 to 30 minutes. Yeah. I thought it would be just like some family wallowing in some power, some essential power of all. I thought it would be like this New Mutants movie where you see just juju at the entrance of the house, this mystical power shielding his house. But no, it was just a normal family, just a normal house, and those just a family that actually cooks rice in the morning and actually eat it. Then the children goes out and actually sleep. But he has this big shrine that will be shown. I don't think it actually is shown fully well in the movie, but he has this big shrine, and I got in. I went in, and what I saw was what I thought I would be seeing. Just let me show you what I thought I would actually see.
I wonder, sir. Focus. Sir.
You are standing before beings of great honor, dignity, power, the ancients.
But that wasn't what I saw anyway, Sha. That was what I saw. That was what I saw. I just went to his house, and I saw this big shrine, this room, just one big room, and it was all filled with statues, and I got in, I was like, wow, statues, and you call it shigidi in Yoruba, and I was like, wow, this is a nice artwork, this is nice artwork. These are not even blood, this isn't even blood. This is actually normal red paint, but I will actually admit the guy is actually a good artist, if you could actually take his box today, people will actually be buying stuff from him, but he's actually using it to scam people. And spoiler alert, this man is fake as fuck. I entered the house, I entered the shrine, and he actually told me to actually put on my shoes, like I actually said, and I went out to actually put off my shoes, and I told him about my family problems. I told him my grandma is sick. I told him my grandma was sick, and she's in hospital, like fighting for her life. I told her the hospital doesn't actually knows what's actually wrong with her, because this typical belief, and the Nollywood actually makes people believe that once you don't know the solution to some problems, it actually juju and entire. And I actually gave him his bait. He thought he was the one actually fooling me, but you have to fool. Sometimes you have to fool the fool who thinks they are fooling.
Money family issue kan dai. Okay. Yeah. Grandma mi wọ́n sì kìlọ̀. Àwọn àṣà àdìgbò lọ hospital ṣá hospital ṣe kó àwọn ọmọ tó ń ṣe wọ́n àdìdí oríṣiríṣi hospital wọ́n wà presently báyìí àti ìmọ̀ àti ṣe everything tá a lè ṣe àti owó tí àwọn mọ́mí àti dáàdì ní wọ́n ti gbé wọn lọ. Ìfá dáàdì mi tó ìfẹ́ kan tẹ̀ rí dúró nílé mọ́ báyìí gan báyìí ṣá bọ̀ wọ́n ṣá hospital wọn bá ṣá mo wá wò pé bí a kémi náà rìn tèmi náà kémi náà béèrè ibo rí ìmọ̀.
Wọ́n wé ń lọ.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ mo fẹ́ kó wọ́n gẹ́gẹ́ mo wé ń lọ ni o.
Ṣé ń bọ́ wà báyìí?
Hospital wọn wà báyìí sá.
Hospital kò kúlẹ̀ hospital yẹn.
Àlàyé.
Then that was what I was doing. I was actually fooling the guy, and he just dropped his Oweyo, cowries, we call it cowries, and he dropped it on the ground, and he started chanting incantation about, and it was like my grandma was gonna die. I was like, wow, my grandma was gonna die. My grandma in the hospital was gonna die. I couldn't actually record the reconversation because I think the camera actually crashed. But after I got home and I discovered that he didn't actually record the conversation, I got you a better a very good conversation about the investigation. So listen to it. Listen to this.
Alright, if you go on.
tó bá yẹ pé ẹ máa wá ó dáa tó bá ń wọ ẹ lè wá fọ́tò ẹ̀ a máa dì mọ́ àwọn ẹrù tó máa dì yẹn o.
A ní picture wọn.
a máa dì mọ́ àwọn ẹrù yẹn o.
So pọ́jú káyà tábà ní picture wọn ṣá a lè yà ń sìn.
ẹ lè yá ń sìn.
Ok ìtàbà mo lè káyà.
máa yá ń sìn. máa sẹ́ndì ẹ̀ máa dì mọ́ àwọn ẹrù yẹn pẹ̀lú àwọn tó máa dì a máa dì mọ́ àwọn ẹrù ikú yẹn àwọn abúlé tó bá ń àwọn tó máa gbé àníkọ́ wọn bá gbé àwọn yẹn bá pè náà ó láwọn tó máa ń gbé àwọn tó nọ́mbà kan náà ń gbé yẹn àwọn á gbé lọ ìwọ́n ṣe ni wọ́n máa jí kẹ́tẹ́ kó pè mí àwọn bá yẹn ẹ̀yìn yẹn lọ.
ẹ ṣe gan ni.
Gbẹ̀ngàn tó wá rí ní sà. Ọmọ tó wá rí lónìí láì tó wá rí lónìí. Hello. Gbẹ̀ngàn tó wá rí lónìí ní sà.
Mo ń gbọ́.
Ọ̀rọ̀ grandma mi yẹn mo fẹ́ bá yín sọ sà. Yá sà, ẹ̀gbọ́n mi sọ pé 100 làwọn ní sà.
100.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ sà.
Wọ́n jẹ́ ìpínlẹ̀ ní pé mo sọ pé wọ́n máa bí ẹrù ẹ̀jẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀. Ó wọ́n jẹ́ ok, mo ti gbọ́.
Ok, mo lè send 100 yẹn. Ṣé bí kẹ̀ṣẹ́ pípẹ́ mi ni màá gbé ẹni sin àwọn tó máa bá gbé tiwa.
Àwọn tó máa gbé.
Bẹ́ẹ̀.
Ẹ̀wọ̀n máa jẹ́ máa pè wọ́n.
Ok.
Láti ra àwọn nǹkan yẹn láti rà sílẹ̀.
Ok.
Ṣé láti lẹ́jọ́ máa wà bí?
Ṣé mo ní láti wá ni? Mo ní láti wá.
Ayọ̀ tó bá wá ọjà àbọ̀ fọ́tò yẹn ń kọ́.
A máa gẹ́ẹ̀tì fọ́tò yẹn sà.
Fọ́tò yẹn lójú o.
Ok.
Gbẹ̀ngà ẹ̀lò.
Sà.
Aṣọ wọn aṣọ lọ nílò tọ́ọ̀lù mọ́ ń kọ́.
Ok, yẹn ò lè.
Ẹjọ́ ìyàwó ọkọ̀ tó jù nìyẹn, èèyàn gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe nǹkan kí ní èèyàn kó dùn. Lẹ́yìn àwọn aṣọ yẹn fún mi.
Ó yẹ mi sà.
Àwọn aṣọ yẹn jọ, bá mi kọ́ àwọn aṣọ yẹn wá pẹ̀lú fọ́tò yẹn.
Ok sà. Yes sà.
Á lọ rá bá àwọn nǹkan yẹn sílẹ̀.
Yes sà. Máa pè yín. So he said, like he said, he said I have to buy cow, like not a cow, a ram, I have to buy a ram, I have to buy a goat, and I have to actually do this ritual that will actually cost me 120,000 naira. But I was able to actually drop it to 100,000 naira after some banter with him, after some discussion with him.
Your grandmother is sick. What? Your grandmother is sick. Well, she's dead. That's how sick she is.
What he doesn't know was that my grandma actually died 4 years ago. Both of them. Both of them actually died 4 years ago. That's how dead they are. We actually went on talking about how the pain they were feeling, like he said it was in the stomach, but it wasn't in the stomach. They are both rotting away in their grave right now. And he actually told me that I have to actually pay this 120,000 naira. 120,000 naira for this, is karma, This karma, and within this, he actually showed me something. He actually showed me something that anyone could actually misconstrue as juju, as supernatural power. And this is the real deal of the investigation of this, the tip of the iceberg, not the tip of the iceberg, the iceberg of this investigation. And what he actually showed me, money ritual, and he actually called out money, that anyone who actually do not have, a good intellectual, I don't know what to go there, could actually misconstrue as supernatural and as juju. No, I already exposed him by actually showing that my grandma. I will be putting the picture of me at the funeral on the screen. Both of my grandmas died about 4 years ago, about more than 4 years ago. And he actually went on about money and all. And yet again, he said, he can actually command money, command that money should actually appear, and he did. But how did he actually do it? I want to actually actually show you guys this video, and I think the one you're actually watching, and I think it should be on the screen right now, about this same voodoo priest who actually commanded money by calling issue. What actually hated the most was what actually disgusted me the most was how he was actually calling issue. Issue has nothing to do with issue. Like the traditional issue actually has nothing to do with money. Issue is just a cunning, mythical creature, like the myth, But one thing I actually discussed tonight was, the way we actually talk about these gods and this myth, and we do not have to actually see them as evil as the way we actually see it. I when you look at Greece, Olympian Greece, and just look presently how Greeks and how the world is talking about Thor and Odin and Poseidon and Prometheus and Ares and the god of war, and this their gods who who their pantheons who is actually no different from this issue, this Ormila, this Oya, and these people, who actually created water, who actually did all these things. These are just beliefs, These are just purely beliefs, and people shouldn't actually talk about it. I think I can actually fault Christianity for this, that actually continues to demonize our culture, our culture, and of course, issue is not real. I have to emphasize this: issue is not real, and what is actually the incantation is actually doing is not real. Is nowhere near real, I think when it comes to religion, when it comes to dealing with supernatural stuff, the most important fallacy to actually watch out for is the superstitious fallacy and the appeal to ignorance, causation, coercion fallacy, or false allegation fallacy, I think, and the appeal to ignorance, because I've had the chat with a lot of religious people who actually think that whatever they can't explain is juju and is God, and the common trend is Aye and all. But this is the problem, the video on the screen right now, where this man is actually giving incantation and actually commanding spelling out money, like spelling like a spell, spelling out money. This video is something anyone who doesn't actually understand what's going on here would actually think, and the superstitious also will actually think that this is actually supernatural. It is not supernatural. It is a compartment box trick. You can. I'll be putting a video of it on the screen, and something better. That YouTube obviously banned my video for. Is something better that can actually explain this is dynamo bucket trick about where you use the mirror, like you actually use the mirror and a reflective surface to actually reflect the part of the bucket, so you would actually think that the bucket is actually empty and a cover on it on the lid. I'll be putting up a video or a picture of it. Just look into the bucket, and when you look into the bucket, you see like this bucket is empty, and you think it is empty. It is not. It's actually reflecting. There is actually a mirror inside the bucket, reflecting at a particular angle, reflecting another part of the bucket up. So you would actually be looking at it, and you think it's actually empty. And this man wasn't using a mirror. He wasn't using a mirror, and he was just covering the side of the box up with white cloth, and when it was time to actually never show it to my side anymore, he removed with the white clothes. So that's how it is done. The trick is all on YouTube. Just compartment box magic trick. It can be explained on YouTube, and the best clip you can actually watch is Dynamo magic trick. They actually use the bucket. What they were using was a reflective surface to actually reflect another part of the bucket, so it will actually look empty, and show you that and pour out content. Just look at the video. What the man was actually spreading now, and the same thing Dynamo actually did in the video was make people feel like there is actually a lot of spread out a lot of the fish and a lot money. He was spreading out the money. So you actually think that, wow, this how possibly could this box actually contain this so much amount of money? No, but no, that's the thing. No, they want you to actually feel like, wow, this actually the money is actually coming out from somewhere else. So they spread out the money to actually feel like it, for you to actually think it actually from somewhere else. It is not. And this man actually thought that he actually knew what he was doing, and I was being fooled when he was showing me this spell. But you know, I didn't go there to actually question him. So actually, that is the recipe for disaster. Telling me, I know how you can. Telling him I know how you can actually do stuff. But I just went there to actually observe, and like I said, you couldn't figure out my grandma died 4 to 5 years ago, and now he showed me a compartment box trick. You know.
Standing on the edge of
The man is fake, and the woman who actually sent me to the man actually thought the man was real, but the man is fake. So subscribe. I think patrons should be saying this. Subscribe and support. Support with any donation that you have. If you have any one-time donation, and I'm planning on having some guests on the podcast soon, and please, you are the only one that can actually make that possible. So thanks for watching. Thanks for your support.